Well, hello there. You're inside. That's right. You're not outside. No. You're not outside. You're inside. You're safe. Everything's fine. You can rest now. You're inside Star Citizen. Yeah. And you're inside the Inside Star Citizen review. So you're doubly inside, if you will. That's a conundrum. And it could be a virtual space. But no, it's a show. And we review the progress of Inside Star Citizen. And because it's the Inside Star Citizen review, and you're inside the Inside Star Citizen review, you are double inside, but I'm going to raise it to a triple inside because this Inside Star Citizen review is about the entire year review. So it's a double inside, triple inside Star Citizen, double to the square to the cubed review tonight. And you're here. Congratulations. Actually, you're here with me live. These people are here with me live. If you are on YouTube and you are not here for the first level Energy, then what you need to do, please somebody tell them what they need to do on YouTube so that we can actually push our presence out onto everybody in a very nice, civil way. Can somebody in here live tell them what to do on YouTube so that we become more known and we spread as it were like a virus? Can somebody in here, somebody help me? Pepe, nobody's helping me in here. Pepe, can you please tell them to help me? Prod them. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you, Star Jump. And hit that bell. Well. And share it with your mama. Blam's right. You got to share it with your mama. That is very, very important. You got to always share it with your mama. I don't know if that didn't sound right like that. I'm going to retract that statement. But anyway, welcome to the Inside Star Citizen review inside triple to the X squared. And let's just watch this. It's going to be a review and a little bit about 3.16, which I want to see. That finger needs to. All right, let's check it out.
Hey, y'all. Just when we thought 2020 was a year unlike any other, 2021 came along and showed everyone that expectations were made to be broken.
There are so many different stages of Jared. Jared within the year of 2021. Let's just get this straight first before we even continue on. We've got only an 18-minute video here. Actually, that's pretty long for Inside Star Citizen. I like this. So we have a little bit longer of a show. We get to spend more time together, more quality time. I see you right there. Okay, can I? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I feel you right there. A lot of quality time, you and I love that. But there's been many stages of Jared. Let's talk about the many stages of Jared in 2021. We had our COVID Jared, who looked kind of rough and he was having a depressing time, and I felt bad for him. Then we had like a Wolfman phase, and he was like a Harley Davidson kind of Jared who kind of threw caution to the wind. And then there was like now there's like a more clean cut. Before this was a clean cut Jared. Now it's like a dad Jared. There was a lot of different Jareds this year. Unlike any other Inside Star Citizen, I think we had at least 4 or 5 versions of Jared, which I'm really only used to or accustomed to seeing like 2 to 3 versions of Jared. We had 5 versions of Jared this year. That's way too many. Jared, there were way too many versions of you this year.
And that there's no planning for the will of the people. So in our last ISC of the year, let's take a look back at what made 2021
Italian Spider-Man, Jared.
Star Citizen
6 Jareds. Thank you.
In January, the year began with the longest-running fan-organized event in Star Citizen, the filthiest race in the verse, the Daymar Rally. Now, when devs returned from their holiday break, they found reports
Nobody
of a
knows
bug
anymore,
that was
Red.
threatening the year's event, and were able to develop, test, and push out a fix just in the nick of time. It was a start to the year that reminded us all how Star Citizen only exists because of backers and developers working together in support of each other's shared dreams.
By the way, Uncle Funk Machinima right here, just so you guys know, I'm doing some voiceovers for a machinima that they're producing, and I saw the very rough cut, and I have to say it was kind of funny. So they've got like a funny spin on a machinima that my voice will appear in, as well as Erad. So look out for that. We're going to check that out when it hits. Hopefully it's good. We'll see.
First-person universe unlike any other. January also saw the return of the Combat Summit, a gathering that would set the stage for what would become the most substantial series of updates and improvements to Star Citizen's flight experience yet, leading to the power management and capacitor changes, missile guidance and control rework, operator mode improvements, and more that would come throughout the rest of the year.
Most
January 2021 also set
estimated
a
year ever.
goodbye
2021
to
so
Delamar,
much more,
the outlaw
very
planetoid
underrated
that had
this
been
whole
sleeping
year.
on Stanton's couch since late 2017 when it was removed in PGU to make way for the new planetary tenants arriving soon. Don't worry, we'll see you again soon, Delamar.
Yeah, we'll see you again soon once dynamic server meshing pops and it's completed and it's not a roadblock any longer. Please, oh please.
February brought with it Alpha 3.12.1 and the release of our first dynamic event, Xenothreat, where the Outlaw Group launched a campaign of violence throughout the Stanton system and players came forward to combat the Scourge. It was a first-of-its-kind event that brought everyone in the persistent universe together in a common cause to...
So much has happened this year.
Well, most everyone. Some of you just gotta do your own thing. And believe me, I respect that. But it was a chance for everyone else to fight with and against the fabled Idris and the biggest step forward for capital ship combat in the persistent universe yet. 3.12.1 also brought with it a bunch of bug fixes, EVA quality of life improvements, more prison missions, and improved inventory for shops throughout the verse. While the Red Festival brought new red and gold ship paints for the Nomad and Freelancer, and then for those who were
the Red Festival, they basically, wasn't it for like a Chinese kind of event? Because I heard that they banned it. I heard that China banned the Red Festival. I heard that China said, nope, we don't want it. And they banned it just like they did Bitcoin and crypto. I think they've also banned this as well. This is a year for banning. China really down. Hashtag China bans 2021. Hashtag China bans 2021. I think China has actually banned 2021 as well.
For lovers and not fighters or cargo haulers, Coromore 2951 brought with it a Valentine's Day contest where the community had wonderful submissions like the ones you can see here, as well as some using my likenesses.
Can China even play Star Citizen right now? I feel really bad. Like China can't even play like legitimately Star Citizen, even if they get like a VPN. I feel like they're still being tracked by all their apps, and the government was literally going to squash them down and put them in boxes. So that's a sad thing. If the Chinese try and play Star Citizen, they get put in little metal boxes. But that's they're banning it all.
Not be showing here. I did send one to my mom though, so that she could see what kind of stuff.
No, he's in Taiwan.
She said you're all as special as I am.
He can't stand what China's doing in Hong Kong. And
March began with the first wave of our long-awaited ship naming coming to the persistent universe, where proud owners of the Hammerhead, Reclaimer, Carrack, Mercury Star Runner, 600i, and 890 jumps could reserve their very, very, very small names. They got better. They're getting better. March also brought with it a new Cyclone MT for Stella Fortuna and our first look at the persistent universe's reputation system, a turning point moment in the continuing development of the Star Citizen experience, adding consequence and reward to almost any action or decision you make, and allowing our developers to build a sense of true progression as more and more systems plug into it from that point on, as it went into testing with Evocati that month. April then kicked off with the visually impressive reveal of the long-rumored Origin 404, or as Paul Jones called it, a sausage dog with toilets. And we all
see, Paul Jones called it a sausage dog with toilets, and nobody got upset then when he called the 400 a sausage dog with toilets. And by the way, it is still a sausage dog with toilets now that we can see it. And people got really upset when Paul said, "Hey, that the Odyssey is a Carrack killer." But they didn't get upset when he called the 400 a sausage dog with toilets. I don't know, man. I think Paul's on it. I think Paul has something.
You'll know that when art director Paul Jones says it, you can take that to the Carrot Killer.
Zing! That was good. That was so very good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Jared, Point Jared. Point Jared. Jared's really refining his craft, isn't he? I mean, he's always had this level of sarcasm, but it is just on point. This whole year, I say congratulations to Jared. We've had a lot of different looks of Jared, but like the sarcasm is on point. Love it.
April also saw new Star Citizen merchandise arrive, in-game Star Kitten helmets for subscribers,
right, Tech.
updates to the referral program, and a little thing called Alpha 330.
Thank you. Thank you. I would just like to say that we are doing splendidly here. There's our stream upgrades bar. Can we bring that down here, Pepe, so everybody can see what we're up to? Can you enlarge it, please, Pepe? Stream upgrades. We are at 748, nearly at our goal. Nearly at our goal. So thank you very much, Killian, and all those that subscribed and are donating. We will get a new Shure microphone and an XLR Pro. Thank you, Tech. Dancing for my Shure mic. Make him dance. Thank you. I love the polka. I love the DG polka. All right, keep going.
13, which brought with it all manner of new goodies like brand new cave entrances and sinkholes,
biddies or just donating, whatever.
Ground vehicles and spacecraft alike. New asteroids created with our refined process for more variety and less potato-ness. A wrap-up to the polished revisions of every planet and moon in the stand system, improving the overall look and feel of everything from Aberdeen to Gila.
Everything's amazing.
New mission types like quantum sensitive, timed, and multi-drop deliveries. New staggered force reactions. Object push-pull trolleys. Mounted guns they still won't let us put on trolleys. Give the people what they want, Rich Tyrer. Merlin Constellation docking. Vehicle visual degradation and our first ability to wash some of our ships, mining subcomponents to improve that forever improving system.
Yep.
SDF shield effects to patch these holes and make for better looking effects overall.
Yep, SDF tech,
we
talked about it
and badder
first.
Rock DS mining vehicle. Now,
what Trufen did for the mining and putting additional mining components on there, awesome. That was awesome this year. We got to see specialization go another level higher than what it already was with mining. We're going to start seeing it with salvaging. This is something that will continue to progress, this depth of design in all these different professions. That is something that I'm really looking forward to. And the Expanse is out, and I'm very excited about that, Tech. I watched the first episode. I thought it was decent. So started off pretty good, Tech. Just saying. Really did.
Not to be outdone,
What's up,
came
Graves?
hard with Invictus launch week in Alpha 3.13.1, which brought players inside the battle-hardened Javelin class destroyer for their first glimpse of life aboard an actual UEEN vessel.
Mm-hmm.
It also brought the C2 and M2 Hercules Starlifters into the persisting universe to forever change the meaning of weight class. Made it an early Tonkmas with the arrival of the Tumbrel Nova.
So a lot of Tonk Armageddons
Gave us our first
out there.
look at the currently in development RSI Scorpius.
Scorpius
Gave racers a chance to compete in our first Microtech Metro Loop race.
Wow.
And shocked everyone when the big mammer jammer itself, the Bengal carrier, came cruising through the Stanton system.
Yep.
To say it was a sight to behold is an understatement, and was a fitting tribute to what was already well on its way to being Star Citizen's biggest year to date.
It really was.
So, June, listen, you're going to take a break, right? After those crazy April and Mays? You'd think, but not at Star Citizen. When June said this is the way, beginning with a new Azatlan light armor for subscribers, issue council improvements and new multi-user private lobbies to make getting into games with your friends easier than ever before, an Alien Week that brought with it the newest ship manufacturer in
Attack Raylan,
and its Raylan cargo solution.
Gave away one of those. By the way,
new paints.
If you guys aren't aware, St. Grizz is helping us out, and we are giving away. You guys don't even understand. We're giving away an Endeavor Hope with LTI. Okay. Last month we gave away an Orion. The month before we gave away an 890 Jump. I don't know. But like I said, we're just a little guppy right now in a big ocean. But just imagine the larger we get, how much more amazing these giveaways are going to get. Just imagine. So if you want to get involved with our giveaways every single month, just become a patron. Only costs $1, or you can be a YouTube member, costs $5, I think, something like that. You can do one or the other, and then you get involved with our giveaways. And for people that are like crying and they're like, oh, I gotta become a supporter to get the surprises. We do surprises that are not supporter prizes. We give away $100 gift cards to just about anybody, the general public. We're giving away $25 to people who are posting really cool highlights, who get the most views on our channel. We give away $50 for every 50 subscribers. So we do a lot, and we give a lot back to this community. Love you guys. I'm always going to push it back out. So that's the, the beauty of this channel. As we grow, everybody else does too.
For the hottest offerings from Mapoa, Asperia, and the Banu.
Oh, they mentioned it. You missed it,
an
Gravy.
intergalactic cook-off that
did.
Contained enough cookies to spike my blood sugar just by looking at them. And this thing Jeremiah and I made on stream that Dave Haddock still won't acknowledge or talk about. Just wait until you see what we make for Luminalia tomorrow, Dave. June also introduced us to our next dynamic event, the Ninetales Lockdown, improvements to the upcoming Xenothreat Redux, and new limited edition model kits from our partners at JR Design and Fabrication, who made that
soon to be NFTs. I'm telling you what, I wouldn't be surprised if I start seeing NFTs coming out of Star Citizen for additional funding. That or some incorporation of crypto. I'm telling you, it's probably going to happen soon.
Enormous life-size dragonfly you saw at CitizenCon, and that's sitting in 2 giant crates right next to this desk that they still won't let me open. We also learned that Ian Leland doesn't know what 7-layer dip was that month. I know we're only talking about the highlights, but that was a pretty big one. July was Public Test Universe month, as Alpha 314 and its edition of Star Citizen's next landing zone, Orizon, and the gas giant crusader that sits beneath it required an enormous amount of testing and quote-unquote banging on the pipes from backers and developers alike. Together, the two...
Which is why Delamar got nixed. No, Pepe, you didn't like that? I thought that was pretty clever. No? Okay.
Represented the next major milestone for our Planet Tech, content, environment, engine, graphics, VFX teams, and more.
Thank you.
And along with it came many of those flight combat changes that began their journey back in January.
Right, dude.
A revitalization of the way radar, scanning, and count on you guys throughout the universe, and new canvas slice HUD made possible by our continuing development of building blocks that provided an improved layout that maximized screen real estate while laying the groundwork for manufacturer-specific visual design still in development, like the Aegis and Drake ones you can see here. And after living most of July in PTU, Alpha 314 was joined by the constellation Taurus when it came to the live servers in August, along with our first version of volumetric clouds that would steadily improve over the remaining months of 2021. New merchandise like the Finley Stormwall plush that looks to give Pico a run for its cuddly money.
Don't you show a Pico.
Our first chance to meet several new faces at our newest development studio at Turbulent Montreal, and more. Now inside the verse, if the new Ninetales Lockdown didn't threaten to make your day enough, Xenothreat returned with a bunch of lessons learned from their first encounter and improvements to the overall flow made with feedback from our players. Now that said, Ninetales and Xenothreat weren't the most insidious forces to make their presence known in the month of August. Oh no, for August was the beginning of Ship Showdown and the end of all sane reason and accountability when the vile armies of Argo began their campaign of busting expectations and ship brackets alike. No, we will not be showing any pictures or videos on this one. It's my show. I will mention another community event in the Fight or Flight Double Elimination Tournament, where content creators from all over the world went head-to-head in randomized ships and loadouts for the first of its kind event that I sincerely hope returns in 2022. Now, October, there's a month.
Salty getting salty. Imagine that.
And it was perhaps the biggest month and the biggest year of Star Citizen yet, beginning with the return of CitizenCon in digital-only form. It was a day packed with exciting looks at the upcoming Pyro system, including new AI systems utilizing new planetary nav mesh, bringing new life and possibility to the new planets and moons of Star Citizen's persistent universe. It was also our first look at the newly reconcepted Banu Merchantman that's recently entered production, the Anvil Liberator light carrier that may prove to be essential in barren systems without a gas station on every corner like Stanton, the official reveal of the long-debated 400i from Origin.
Where's the Banu? Did they say
advancements
BMM?
in planet and cloud tech.
Did I miss the BMM?
An update on server meshing with graphics that nearly killed Vicky, and much, much more. It was also where we saw tremendous offerings from our community in the
I am so looking forward to the BMM. I am so looking forward to
cosplay
it.
contest, and perhaps my favorite part of the entire day, community videos that showcase precisely what separates the Star Citizen community from every other gathering of fans in gaming.
Smokes.
Now, I want you to know that if the entirety of Sleepless in Stanton isn't playing right now, complete and uninterrupted, it's because somebody's punishing me for skipping September. Now, in addition to CitizenCon, the patch with the most widespread and healthy impact on life in the persistent universe since Alpha 3.0 dropped to PTU in October with Alpha 3.15. The biggest step yet in realizing the vision of Death of a Spaceman set forth at the beginning of our crowdfunding campaign.
The big
That
year.
began with the addition of
big
downstates,
year.
allowing for and encouraging group participation so that players can better keep each other in the fight, dealing
Medical
with new injury
gameplay
states
being
like
added.
broken arms and legs that impair their ability to fly or otherwise traverse the universe, and administering treatment to players and NPCs alike through healing.
Big year.
Now, this was coupled with the death of global
New
inventory
UI for
and the
inventory.
new tiered implementation of a local to vehicle to external to personal inventory revamp. Now, from this point forward, the planning, considerations, and ultimately choices players would make would be more important and impactful to their gameplay experience than ever before. Along with additional systems like loot generation, giving players more reward for their increased risk in the field, new infiltrate and defend missions,
AI
bombing
still needs
mechanics
work.
alongside the new A2 Hercules Starlifter,
Those bombs,
additional
man.
improvements to Crusader and the Orison Landing Zone and hospitals, the only place I see more than Kleischer Prison when I get to play. October was the month that life in the verse truly changed forever and gave us our best glimpse yet at what 2022
Same here, Tech.
has to
Same
offer.
here, dude. There's good things and bad things
Now, as
about the new
Alpha
inventory
315
system for
moved from
sure, Tech.
PTU to live servers in November, it was followed soon after by Alpha 315.1, which brought with it a return to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, the biggest showcase of spacecraft and vehicles in the Star Citizen universe. Now, this year's
They'll
event
keep
saw
working
the
on it.
reveal
They'll
of the
keep working on
Anvil
it, yeah.
Spartan, the new Aegis Redeemer,
Giving away one of those in the giveaway as well.
the
Spartan.
Argo Raft,
So an Endeavor and a Spartan this
the
month.
Ares Starfighter Ion and Inferno from Crusader, the Misk Odyssey, and the Jax Midlife Crisis.
I love this.
I don't know, Jimmy.
I thought this was such a good series.
I mean, clearly I'm out of ideas.
They really did such a good job on this series this year. They added like storytelling to it, and I hope they do that more and more. So Jax is going to be going off into Pyro, hopefully by CitizenCon next year. Hopefully dynamic server meshing working by then, and we get to see Jax going into Pyro. That's going to be phenomenal with the Odyssey. This was such, by the way, spoiler alert, apologies on that, but it was so well done. It was so very well done. And to see Jimmy as a little kid too, man, I mean, it got me in the feels. It got me in the feels. Dynamic server crashing,
Rehashing old material without even realizing it.
It was an exciting event as it is every year, and one whose effects I think we'll be feeling this time next year. I'm just saying, Jax is going to come back from Pyro with who knows what.
It's really good. It's really good what they did.
And that brings us up to December and the upcoming patch. Now, as we've seen throughout this year, not all the content included in a patch cycle will arrive on day one, as the use of our point patch system has been tremendously successful in keeping fresh each and every month of 2021. Now that said, pending any further surprises, our next patch cycle will include a new hospital in Area 18,
Limitless.
The Gravlev physics rework we showcased last week that will make
We're gonna show that in the after party.
Fly better than ever before.
We got a great demonstration. Oh, Jared, sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Did we have a slow motion? We didn't have a slow motion segment yet. We always have a slow-mo section in our Inside Star Citizen review. We're going to have to do it here shortly. But we've actually, in the after party, we've got one of our own members here, Jax Hitoshi, I believe his name is. And he is doing testing, and he shows like the old Gravlev versus the new Gravlev. So I'm really interested in looking what that's going to be like.
Gravlev physics rework we showcased last week that will make vehicles old and new fly better than ever before.
Okay, I think it is time for the slow-mo section of this Inside Star Citizen review. If you could please slow motion me right now, Pepe.
I have no power here.
And that's the slow-mo section of our Inside Star Citizen review. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, Pepe. And back to the show.
New Jumptown 2.0 dynamic event, which we should really come up with a better name for because it's also Raven's Roost and Paradise Cove now as well. And something new to help players hold down those drug labs. Allow me to introduce to you the Cutlass Steel.
Ooh, I like your
newest offering from
what is that? That is cool.
That lets you bring people and
look at your
guns
cheer
to bear
badge.
on targets like never before. Let's start with the guns. We heard you like guns, so in addition to the 4 size 3 gimbals controlled by the pilot, one man turret.
Wait a second. Wait a second. We've got a little video showing this as well. I'm very excited for the Cutlass Steel. I'm very excited for this.
The newest offering from Drake Interplanetary that lets you bring people and guns to bear on targets like never before. Let's start with the guns. We heard you like guns, so in addition to the 4 size 3 gimbals controlled by the pilot, one man turret with size 3s, we've added an additional remote turret with size 2, a whole bunch of missiles, and of course the brand new hotness, 5 door-mounted ballistic Gatlings, 2 on each side and 1 at the rear to bring a veritable death blossom of firepower down upon Raven's Roost, Paradise Cove, Jumptown, or...
Dude, Cuddy's coming back with a vengeance. Cuddy coming back like a beast, if you ask me. Like a beast. Woo, Cuddy. Cutlass Steel, man. Cutlass Steel. That even sounds sexy saying it. Cutlass Steel. I got to go over that again. Hold on a second. Just let me just soak this up, man. Cuddy's back up top again. Cuddy's back up top. Cuddy's back up top again. That's my baby girl. I remember the Cuddy, when I first saw her, it was love at first sight. I remember. And now she's upgrading like this. It's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. I might have to, Tafari. For people that missed this morning's show, you missed the show.
The Cutlass Steel, the newest offering from Drake Interplanetary that lets you bring people and guns to bear on targets like never before.
Broke my headset.
Let's start with the guns.
Jerked it so hard I broke my headset.
So in addition to the 4 size 3 gimbals controlled by the pilot, 1 man turret with size 3s,
I love this.
We've added an additional remote turret with size 2,
completely engaged.
A whole bunch of missiles, and of course the brand new hotness, 5 door-mounted ballistic Gatlings, 2 on each side and 1 at the rear to bring a veritable death blossom of firepower down upon Raven's Roost, Paradise Cove, Jumptown, or
people can't handle it.
Just about anywhere.
People can't handle it.
Then, once you clear the area,
look at those
we go
spots.
inside the ship to discover a...
Look at the amount of seats up in this. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here.
Whopping 18 jump seats full of mercenaries.
18 jump seats. Hold on a second. Let me wet my whistle, if you know what I mean. Oh, yeah. 18.
Areas are commandos ready to maintain control of the area. Is it a lot? Maybe.
We love it.
Excessive?
Yes,
possibly.
We love it. It's Drake.
Is it Drake?
Yes.
Through and through,
yes.
You bet your butt it is.
Yes.
The Cutlass Steel will be straight to flyable when our next patch goes live.
Next patch.
Let me try some
There's
unofficial
your answer,
ad copy here. The Drake Cutlass Steel. Woo. It's a lot.
Look at that beast. There are guns every which way. I want to watch this again. I want to watch that again.
Cutlass Steel will be straight to
Look at the amount of fire coming from that baby.
Let me try some.
Look at the amount of fire coming from the girl right there.
It's a lot.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That is a thing of beauty right there. That is a thing of beauty. Beauty, I say. Love it. Love it.
All in all, it's pretty easy to look at 2021 and be incredibly proud of what we've accomplished together. We know it's not always an easy path, and that the road bumps and detours along the way.
Yeah, that's an interesting conundrum, right, Trip Out? Avenger's got a wonderful video showing how he's timed these shots, so he's one-shotting all these small ships, and, you know, the original design of the Ares Ion was for larger capital ships, but skilled PvP pilots can pretty much one-shot anything they want. I will say Avenger himself is a special breed of beast. He's got the timing. He's like the Michael Jordan of PvPers in Star Citizen. I'm not quite sure if that extends to other games, but I would guess that Avenger 1's PvP stylings would extend into other genres. So I'm not quite sure if like anyone flying an Ares Ion can do what Avenger 1 can. When Avenger 1 says that the Ares Ion is broken and that the game is unbalanced, and he's one-shotting small ships as he does, I don't know if everyone can bring that game to Star Citizen. I'm not quite sure that everyone can bring. I feel like only Avenger 1-esque PvPers can do that. But that is an interesting thing that you bring up, Tripal. That is a very interesting point, my friend.
The way can sometimes make for a frustrating experience. But for those of you who have watched this year's over 100 videos on YouTube or Twitch,
we did all of them. By the way, we are now over 100 episodes on our Inside Star Citizen review. Congratulations, everybody. Golf clap, everyone. We are over 100. We have a playlist. It's on DG360. We have done over 100 of these. We were rocking these back in the day when we did Around the Verse. But we have gone over 100 episodes now, and we are getting regular viewership. Views usually over 1,000 on this. You guys are killing it. Thanks for sharing and liking these. Guys, it is a fun time. Thursday is my favorite day.
Or read the 250 plus comm links on the robertsspaceindustries.com website, or engaged with the thousands of dev posts across Spectrum, Reddit, or social media. We hope this all gives you a sense of just how much this project means to us, how much your involvement sustains us, and how much we very often share the same feelings in both our victories and our setbacks. They say that video game development has always been a collaborative process, but perhaps if we've learned anything this year, it's that none may be more so than Star Citizen. And we're thrilled to have shared our 2021 with you. For Inside Star Citizen,
it's awesome.
And on behalf of Cloud Imperium Games, I'm Jared Huckabee. Come on and hang out with Jeremiah and I one more time before the holidays on Twitch tomorrow.
Oh, that's cool.
We'll see you right back here in the new year. Take care.
Listen. Jared's doing an amazing job. They're rocking it. I've never seen a project so transparent as Star Citizen. This 2021 has been just an amazing year for the progress of the game. There's been so much added to Star Citizen. It's ridiculous, man. For people that are gonna fucking down what has happened this year, these people do not know about game design or game development. Some of these, you gotta, this is gonna sound very white knight, but I've been through this for 6 years now. Okay. I've been involved with Star Citizen for over 6 years. I've been a naysayer. I've been a white knight. I've been a naysayer. I've been a white knight. I've been a naysayer. I've been a white knight. According to other people, according to people who love labels, who put and attach labels onto me, I'm just being me. I'm being DG. I'm being the person that I've always been. I'm being a rational person. I'm taking everything that I know about game development. I'm looking at all the facts and I'm piecing things together and I'm coming up with my own opinions, with my own commentary. And I'm telling you, this year, out of the 6 years I've been following this project, has been one of the most productive years of Star Citizen's history ever. So if you are watching any content creators that in general think that 2021 was crap, then you can tell them they are crap. That's how I feel about it, because they don't have an understanding of game design at all. If there are content creators out there that are being rational about it, and if there are content creators that are being constructive about criticisms, and they're not being disparaging or mean, legit, trashy trolls and putting people down personally that work on this project, if you're watching people like that, I would highly recommend that you don't. Because it doesn't do any good for, what it is that most of us are looking forward to. And what most of us are looking forward to is an experience like no other, which is why the game has done what it's done, and why Cloud Imperium has brought in the revenue that it has brought in. They have brought in over $400 million, and people will still go, what, for a game that it's not even a game yet? Why are you doing that? Well, it's because people want an experience that is currently not able to be had in gaming. That's why this project has gone the amount of years that it has. And I appreciate people that work hard like Jared. I appreciate the people at Cloud Imperium, the devs that put in the hard work, because I have never seen a project like this that has been this transparent, where the people are actually listening to those playing the game. And there is such a connection between the people who are actually making the game and the people who want to play the game. I have never, ever seen anything like this before in my entire life. In all my years of tracking game development, I have never seen it this transparent. I have never seen it to the point where the developers and everybody who's working at Cloud Imperium is so attached to those who are backing it. And they should be. And they absolutely should be. Because all that money, all the revenue, all the support that's coming in for this experience that we want is from us, the people who want this experience. And they know it. And they have never dropped the ball on that, ever. They have never dropped the ball on that. When I watch Inside Star Citizen Reviews, Star Citizen Live, when I watch all the content that they're putting on their Star Citizen YouTube channel, I have never seen anything like this in game development, ever. And I'm talking about big AAA game publishers and game developers out there. I haven't even seen it from them. I have not seen this level ever. So that makes me feel very confident. It makes me feel very good about where this project is going. And I say kudos. And I say 2021 was a hell of a year. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, definitely smash that like button. Get the word out there about Star Citizen. There's still so many people that don't even know Star Citizen exists. I think shows like these are very good to get the word out, to bring in more people, to make it much more of a success, to give it more support. I think it's so very important to get the word out on this, especially if you want to see the game come out sooner rather than later, because the more revenue they make, the more the support that we get for the project, the quicker it's going to get done. But I don't think a lot of us who've been around for a very long time are even worried about how fast it gets done. I know we want it to get done, but what truly is done in a project like this, it's always going to be worked on. It's always going to be worked on. And yes, there'll be that day where they slap the label on it and say, it's done. And Squadron 42 will come out and we'll see if it's a flop or not. And we'll see if the actual money comes in from Squadron 42. But I'm really focused on the persistent universe. I'm really focused on player interactions within the PU and the economy and the PvP. That's what I love. That's the juice for me personally. So we'll see what happens. If you're on YouTube, smash the like button. Thank you for watching. And if you're here live, we are going to have ourselves an after party. Let's get it going. After party time. After party time.